we need to talk. I did something that I'm not proud of, and I feel like when you make a mistake in life, you kind of have to just face up to it. I feel like you can't move on from something if you don't admit it, acknowledge how you got to that place, and then decide how you're not going to be in that place again. So let me just get straight to what happened. So I'm walking in the grocery store. I'm going to do, a little grocery pickup, nothing serious. And as I'm walking through the door, I feel like a vibe. You could feel like somebody's staring at you. But I don't pay much mind to it because, I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm in a committed relationship, almost like, nobody's gonna be checking me out, whatever. So I continued walking and I just continued to feel that energy. So I decided I have on a mask. I can look at where this energy is coming from. There's no harm in that. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just checking out what's going on. So I turned towards where this vibe was coming from and I was like, let me walk over. I have on a mask, no face, no case. So I walk over to where the vibe was coming from, and now I'm face to face with the bakery. And it's like, that smell was kind of drawing me over there too. And then I see where the vibe was coming from because it was these danishes that I really love. I'm not even going to describe it because I'm not going to trigger you guys, but they were danishes there that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I'm in a committed relationship with Keto. I feel like this is going to be my boo for life. So I should not even be here looking at the Danish, but the Danish is looking at me and I'm looking at the Danish. And I told the Danish that we weren't going to do this anymore because now I'm in a committed relationship, but we're there and I'm standing face to face with them and we're looking at each other and it's like,
somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
Can we just do this one more time? Can we just, talk a little bit? Can we just be friends? It's not going to hurt. Can we just stare at each other a little bit? And the more I stood there and the more I looked at the Danish, it was like, just buy one or two or three. And, I just stood there reasoning within myself, like, you shouldn't do this. This isn't right. How you going to make your keto family feel? People are, looking to you for motivation. And I did it. I bought the 3 Danishes and I walked through the store thinking that I was going to convince myself to put them back. But as I continued to walk through the store, it was almost like I couldn't wait to get home. So after, getting all the groceries that I actually went there for and walking over to the cash register, I'm like, yeah, put it back. Put it back, Nastasia. This isn't right. Don't do this. It's not right. And I did it. I did it, guys. So I bought the 3 Danishes. I brought them home and I ate 1 or 2. And when you cheat on your keto diet and you feel like you already started out the day on a bad foot, might as well ride that wave. So that's what I did. I rode that wave and I rode it hard. So here we are on my what I eat in a day after I cheat. And I'm just keeping it real with you guys because that's what we do here. In the Goody Crew, we keep it real. And I'm not going to front like I'm not eating things that I shouldn't be eating every once in a while. Is this going to be an everyday thing? No, absolutely not. But it happens. Sometimes you have some habits in you that, you haven't fully gotten rid of, and the devil is busy, and sometimes you give in to temptation. But I just want to encourage you that that's not the end of your story.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
You can move on from this. You too can move on from this. So let's go and see what I'm going to eat in the day. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be on track. I'm not going to fall back by the wayside. And, we're just going to have to figure out a plan for when I go to that specific grocery store that has my favorite Danishes. Hey, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for not judging me. Thank you for hearing me, Goody Crew, because I needed to just express this and let this out so that I can finally just move on from it. So, yeah.
Today I'm starting out my day with a plant-based protein shake that's also keto friendly, so I really love it. Here I'm putting about half a cup of coconut milk, and to that I'm going to add about a cup of almond milk, and then I'm going to add my protein powder. I'm going to leave the link for this protein powder below if you're interested in trying it as well. I really love it and it keeps me full. And here I'm showing you the macros just to show you that the macros are on point. So I'm going to add 2 scoops of this protein powder. Into that I'm going to add some almond butter. I ordered this almond butter off of Amazon. I'll leave the link below if you're interested in trying it out. The macros are perfect. There aren't any salt and any sugar, so it's perfect for our keto lifestyle. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of this almond butter, add it to my shake. And then I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of instant coffee and a little bit of Tarani sugar-free caramel syrup, because in my head, I'm a Starbucks barista. We're going to blend this all up and then we can enjoy. So I got my cute little mason jar here. I'm going to put a little bit of ice so that I can enjoy my drink chilled. I'm going to pour it in and add just a little bit of whipped cream on top, because you know I add that to make it look cute. And I'm going to take my drink outside just to breathe a little bit.
Now we're gonna go on to my second meal of the day, and I'm going to probably eat more than I usually would in my other what I eat in a days, because coming off of a cheat day or two, you're gonna feel a little bit more hungry. So I'm gonna be eating intuitively, and if I feel like eating something, I'm gonna eat it, but I'm gonna make sure it's low carb until I get back into ketosis. So let's go.
Today I'm feeling for a huge salad, so I'm going to wash my romaine lettuce leaves with some apple cider vinegar just to make sure I'm getting rid of all the impurities, and then I'm going to rinse it off with some water. Then I'm going to break up those lettuce leaves and I'm going to build my salad in layers. So I'm going to put a layer of lettuce, then I'm going to add some chicken, and to that I'm going to add some tomatoes, and I'm also going to add some cheese and some jalapenos. I buy the pickled jalapenos from Walmart. And then to that I'm going to add some French fried onions. This is completely optional. It's a little bit on the carbier side, but I like to give my salad some crunch. Here you can see the macros, so I'll take the L on this because I really love a little crunch in my salad. And I'm going to add some cucumber and some of that ranch dressing that I was telling you guys about. Now I'm going to add the last layer to my salad, where I add the remainder of my romaine lettuce leaves, the remainder of my tomato, cucumber, jalapeno peppers, and cheese, and then we're ready to eat. I could really eat a salad every day, but yeah, this salad is very filling and I know it's going to hold me until dinner time. It's dinner time. Now we're going to be making a special request from one of the Goody Crew members. I was asked to do my keto fried fish recipe, so I'm going to be using swai fillet. I think I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, let me know down below. So now that my fish has been washed with lemon and water, I'm going to go ahead and season it. First, I'm going to put some all-purpose seasoning. Then I'm going to put some seasoned salt. Then I'm going to use a little bit of curry, because you guys know I love my curry, but on a serious note, it really gives the fish a nice taste. I'm also going to add some garlic powder and some paprika, and then I'm going to drizzle it with some olive oil and then rub the seasoning into the fish. You got to be gentle with the fish so that you don't break them. While the fish is marinating, we're going to go ahead and prepare the breading for the fish. I like to use pork rinds and Parmesan cheese. So I eyeball it again. I do not have measurements for this, but I make sure that there's more pork rinds than Parmesan cheese. So I grind up my pork rinds first, and then I add, I want to say about a 1/2 cup total of Parmesan cheese. And it gives the fish a very nice crunchy and flavorful texture and taste. So that's my favorite. But if you want, you can use almond flour and Parmesan cheese. I don't think there's any right way or wrong way, because it fits right into my keto macros. Now I'm going to get ready to bread my fish. So I'm going to crack 1 egg and some heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to scramble that up together. And then I'm going to use this to dip the fish into so that it can properly adhere to my breading. I forgot to put my parchment paper down, and that usually helps with keeping the breading on the fish and not sticking to the plate while it's waiting for me to fry. So here you see me dipping the fish in the egg and then into the breading, and then I'm going to let it rest on, not parchment paper, that's actually wax paper, because I accidentally bought that instead of parchment paper. Long story, but yes, I had wax paper, and that's what I use to let my fish rest on before frying. So it's a very simple process. You dip it in the egg, then you dip it in the breading. And I'm going to bread as many pieces of fish as I possibly can for myself, and then I'm going to use regular breading for the fish that my family will eat. So let's see how many I can get from this batch. I was able to get about 6 pieces of swai, and while that was happening, I had my olive oil in the pot and heating up. So you can see my oil is hot and ready for my fish. And then I'm going to place as many pieces as I possibly can without overcrowding and without them touching. And I'm going to let each piece fry. Remember that this fish isn't thick, so it doesn't have to fry for a long period of time. So I fry it just enough until I see the bottoms getting browned, and then I turn them over to finish cooking and brown the other side. And I'm telling you guys, it is so delicious. The outside is crunchy and the inside is properly cooked. It's just a beautiful combo of keto goodness. And if you are wanting to take a break from all that pork and chicken and you're considering fish, this is one way to do it. And for the people that don't want to use pork rinds, remember that you can use almond flour. I just love using the pork rind combo because it gives the fish a very crunchy texture on the outside. So I definitely prefer doing my fish this way. But if I'm doing chicken, I'll go the almond flour route. So I just want you guys to know you have those options. So here is our finished product. I want you guys to just get an up close look at the texture on the fish. It is so crunchy and the inside is moist and tender. I'm gonna break off a piece here just so you can see inside the fish. You're going to see, of course, my beautiful curry seasoning in there. It gives it a nice little yellowness to it, but I'm telling you guys, this tastes so good. If you're missing fried fish and you want a traditional breading taste, this is the way to go. But if you want to go an even healthier route, like I said before, go ahead and do the almond flour. But the pork rinds give it a taste that I can't even describe to you. It is so good. But now let's go ahead and let's make our side. The family's waiting for dinner, so we can't lounge around. So let's go ahead. We're going to use some ghee, as I always do, to start as my base. When I'm going to be frying up some rice cauliflower. This one has broccoli in it, some shredded broccoli in it as well. So I'm going to use 2 packs of shredded rice cauliflower and broccoli, and I'm going to try to get rid of some of that moisture. And what we're going to be making is almost like a creamy, cheesy rice cauliflower and broccoli to go perfectly with our fish. So I've seasoned up my rice cauliflower and broccoli, and I'm going to add some cheese here now that a lot of the moisture is gone. And once again, I eyeballed it just enough to cover it. I'm going to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream to allow the cheese to melt properly without burning. And I just keep moving it around just to make sure everything is equally seasoned, equally flavored, and has an equal amount of cheese in it. And once I see that the cheese is properly melted and you see there's very little liquid in the pot, it's perfectly ready for us to eat. And this is our ending product. Dinner was absolutely delicious and I'm wanting something sweet, so I'm going to have the last of my keto coconut caramel apple crisp. If you want the recipe for this, I am going to link it above. It's in my last video, I believe. And guys, like I said before, this thing was delicious, but I don't know what was it about. Maybe it's sitting in the seasoning for a bit, but it was even better this time around. It was really good. So what I did was I added a couple chocolate chip pieces there. I measured it out about a tablespoon and I warmed it up in the microwave. And then of course I added a little bit of whipped cream to that, and it was so good. So yeah, my tummy is happy and I'm full and I'm back on the keto train. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Also, please give me a like if this video helped you in any way, and hit that subscribe button while you're down there and the bell. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.